said it's never too late.
What was pretty surprising to me for the glove was that that idea stuck with me for like a year before we even really took any steps to put it on film. So I knew it was a good idea. I mean, the bottom line is you have two grown men acting like children. And I think it's something everyone can understand though, because when it comes to your family, when it comes to the place where you have your most basic needs met, we're all children.
The glove is mine.
Catch you in my house again, I'll kill you.
Working on the glove was a great privilege. Jon Crefeld asked me to be part of the team and asked me to be the director. Took me a few weeks, I guess, to make the decision, and eventually I agreed with them, and we started working on the story.
We have them do very manly things, jump in a river, chase each other, which elevates it to a different level. We know it's an adult issue, you know, but it's very basic, very universal. So as a producer, the idea definitely came together.
This film was different than anything I'd done before, just because we all came together with the same goal. We didn't have a high budget, we didn't have a big crew, but we all shared the same enthusiasm to produce a film of high production value, even though we didn't have a high budget.
I just wanted to get, I wanted to make this movie, and I wanted to make it well. I just didn't want to make something that was going to be, you know, that looked like a low budget production, even though it was a low budget production. My biggest emphasis was on production value. A short 10-minute film that looks like a great production. That's basically what I wanted to do.
I'm going to go through props. Someone tell me if I've left anything out. Okay, we've got
Potatoes? Got a potato?
Yeah, I've got potatoes.
What?
Yeah. I don't have fake blood, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Action!
Alright guys, roll the camera. Filming out of the house. James, go!
Most people really don't understand what goes into a film. They think that you just kind of shoot it and then cut and paste it together, but the amount of work that goes into it, the pre-production, the planning, then the shoot, what actually goes on set, and then especially the post-production, it's just a huge task that, you know, most people will only see the final product and think nothing further than what they see.
You know, for me, seeing what happens behind the scenes and all the waiting around and all the decision making and all that, and seeing that produced into a 10-minute film that is tight, is, I think they call it the miracle of filmmaking.
We're rolling, second day. Shot inside the house. Take one, mobile camera, action.
Location, 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 location. What more can you say? Nearly shut us down. We found a great place right near the river where we were actually going to do this thing.
Okay, so this is location number 1, where we want to film our...
That's right, this is the actual house that inspired part of the screenplay. And of course we go to approach the homeowner and ask permission, just use the front. And she has privacy issues. So we stopped dead in our tracks, and at this point we're trying to plan filming a few weeks from when we were getting a location. We asked around, and we appealed to the Kims, Song and Sunja. And since this thing, you know, does have a cause, it has a moral to the story, in this case it was a Christian one, they were open to it.
No, we're still at the other location, and that's basically what I'm calling to tell you, that we may not make the location today.
We're gonna see the skill.
These are
The dolly.
unsung heroes, wouldn't you say? Not quickly with such precision. They're as bad as actors. Hey, here I am.
I know.
Well, look, Mom. Look, Mom.
There are two exact pieces of the track replicated. It's from Dolly the sheep that they.
You got a handle on this, don't you? You go to film school? Is that how you learned all this?
Yes, at some point our batteries died during mid-shooting. We just started the day and we're, I guess it was under zero, or I don't remember the temperature at the time, but it was really cold. And both cameras, my camera and Mike's camera, we were shooting on dual camera setup. Both of them froze, pretty much. We had to stop.
Alright, bro, we have an issue here with the battery for the camera.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, mine run out. I don't have any other battery either.
Eventually, but we did get the shot, so we won it. Although we could have done more, but that's the nature of working at a guerrilla style filmmaking.
My battery takes about 10 hours to charge. It's a 6-hour battery. I guess a cold kill.
Wait, what if we try warming it up?
There was all kinds of obstacles. Let's see, the location fell through. I was doing pre-production work, I got the truck stuck.
The glove is only 10 minutes, but the amount of man hours that went into it far exceeds it.
John is. He can trip like nobody else that I know. I mean, when he trips, I mean, you really feel that, you know, he means that trip. You know, I mean, we're really taking. I mean, metaphorically speaking, it's a journey that we're taking with him. I mean, you know, pun not intended. It's magical. I mean, that's all I can say. I got it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Bro. Just like the other one anyway. You think we're good with the first one we did? First one was great.
Kill me. The first one was great. You get a big hug for that.
You wrote this, buddy.
We had to decide to use the vase. And we decided to drop the vase on the ground. First of all, I didn't know. Tawny's, my wife, said we could use a vase. It's a $100 vase. So from now on, when she sees it, she cringes.
Big shot of the day. Even more important than them jumping in the water and freezing to death. Take. Let's call it 1. Action! Cut.
Left, right.
Have to keep warm.
The river was too high, the river's too low, the river's too icy. The stinking river, it was a huge element to what we were doing.
When we initially saw the river, it was huge. There was probably about 10 times more water running through there than when we actually filmed.
Here we go. Dude, that's not safe, is it?
So the way we planned for the shoot was to be doing it in high water, to potentially be rescuing the actors as they get swept away.
We had Mike, you wouldn't have known it, but he was tied to a tree somewhere in the background the whole time, wearing this big safety suit ready to jump in and rescue Errol and I should we get swept downstream. That stunt took about you know, 2 weeks of planning. We jumped in the river at least one time when it was icy and frozen, and the day we did it was about 35 degrees.
Okay, take one and only take. Submersion, 36-degree stream, Jon Crefeld. Go! Oh yeah, all the way across, brother. Oh man! All right, the dry suit is working.
Getting in that river it was definitely the hardest film I've ever worked on from a physical standpoint. I mean, you know, we had to be in shape. You had to weather the elements.
It was a great challenge. I mean, some of the shots we were just pretty much risking our lives, and that all made it worthwhile.
Getting him and me.
I'm gonna try to get you both.
Probably my favorite part of making this film was the river scene. We wanted to get a moving camera shot while the characters were fighting in the river. Initially, we were going to use a jib crane and have a camera mounted on this jib so it could swoop down and pan across the river. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that jib.
What outfit is this? If SAG got a hold of this, they would be very upset.
So in order to get a moving camera shot across this river, what we ended up doing was taking a 35-foot extension ladder and just laying it across this entire river.
Cut some corners, man. Alan's next.
We need the snow and all for the shot.
And on top of that, we put the tracks to the dolly and then the dolly. And, you know, we obviously didn't have anyone that could move the dolly across because it was going across a river. So we tied ropes to either end of the dolly, and as Alan would sit there operating the camera, we would have two people on either side of the river just slowly pulling him along.
Let's face it, the big stunt, obviously, is jumping in that river.
One of the things we were most concerned about when doing the river scene was hypothermic shock. When we sent the actors into the water that day, it was no warmer than about 36 degrees. So the way we dealt with that was we outfitted the actors with wetsuits and dry tops underneath their costumes. And that way, when they hit the water, it would protect them from actually going into hypothermic shock and having their bodies shut down.
And Arrow, his teeth are chattering, and he's as blue as a blue sky. And I could see it from 50 feet away in dying light that he's like half a step away from hypothermia.
It was definitely an experience that I wouldn't want to do anytime soon, but I'm glad we did it. It looks good on tape.
You know, we would just take these actors and we would freeze them, then we'd thaw them out, and then we'd freeze them again, then we'd thaw them out. And I mean, by the end of the day, they had just gone through hell.
You guys saw Arrow's face? He was turning blue.
Woohoo!
Oh, stop! Oh, it's nice to be dry. Look at this.
Dealing with a little hypothermia. Skateboard.
Oh yeah, last time you guys got a nice shot of my ass. You're not gonna get that privilege this time. Exactly, look at this.
Garcia.
Well, the process is we are attempting equilibrium of the stasis chambers that are, for one, which are faulty actually. It's in the third quadrant there. Once we establish fluidic stability, we'll be able to
permeate up much about 60 frames worth of perception.
Alright, guys.
And yeah.
No kidding, huh?
Let's see, we're done. How do you feel?
It's a wrap.
I have to get my character shoes and then I'm gonna put on the makeup.
Start filming.
So roll this, please.